Jan Crawford joins us now. What an interesting man.
No kidding.
I did not know about his childhood and how he was really sort of molded to be like his father. And when he talked about that fall, I thought, geez, he had to learn to talk and speak. And it was almost like he had to become a child again and sort of be reborn. I know he was already shedding his father's image at that time, but it seemed like that was a profound moment.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, and we talked about that, I mean, that really, he had already decided, I mean, he had tried to kill himself a couple years earlier, and he had decided, because he couldn't bear the pressure of just being told to be someone else, his legendary father. And so he had just started on this road to being Hank Williams Jr. when he had that fall. And it really, I mean, you're exactly right. I think it really kind of solidified in his mind, like, I've got to do this my way. Life is too short. And I think also, I mean, he is going to say and do whatever Hank wants.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He took that and ran with it.
Yeah, no kidding, yeah.
It's interesting as well because you see his physical appearance. He has the sunglasses on, he has the hat on. That's not just a stylistic thing, though, Jan. You said that's because of his injuries.
Right. I mean, I think he, you know, is still a little self-conscious about some of the scars that he suffered in his eyes. So he does still wear that. I mean, it's kind of convenient in a way too, though, because it's a shield. I mean, I think he has been in the public eye, I mean, since his whole life. And so, you know, that kind of gives him a shield in a way, too. But it is because of the fall. He keeps that hat on and those glasses on most all of the time.
You know, he really just seems completely unapologetic about who he is and what he says at this point. You kind of pushed him a little on some of the more controversial things that he said, and he was like, look, this is me. This is how I feel. What drives him now? What's important to him in life now?
To me, I mean, of all the people I've interviewed, I mean, this was first of all, he is a handful, let me tell you. And he's really complicated. But I think what really drives him now, why he feels so good about this new album, it's about time. You know, he's got a new label. It's about time for him just to kind of be at peace with himself. And it's reflective. I mean, he looks back at his life and he seems kind of good with where he is. He wants to go hunting and fishing and do a little music. And let me tell you, not do a lot of interviews.
Really? Wow.
Was it hard to get the interview?
Yeah, how did that go?
Well, I mean, we have some great people here. One person in particular, Sam Jacobson, who was able to get it together for us. And, you know, it was a great experience just being able to kind of see him, because what was most surprising to me is that he is exactly what you would expect, if that makes any sense. I mean, he is, you see Hank and you think Hank's giving the finger to authority and Hank is doing what he says and people love that. Well, that is how he is. I mean, that is him. Right. So what you see, that's not an act.
Yeah. Is there anything left that he still wants to do? I mean, you mentioned his album, so it's about time. You know, you talked about the fact that this is sort of his place in life is there, where you went to talk to him and doing the things that he loves to do. But is there anything else on his list of things that he still wants to accomplish?
He is still so engaged, like just the writing the music. Like there's several songs in this album, the most personal ones. Just Call Me Hank, for example, which is a beautiful song and very moving. He wrote that when he was driving around in his pickup, and he'd pull over on the side of the road and write out some lyrics. He said it took him 5 minutes. And he is so energized with this new label. He feels they appreciate him, they get him as much as, you know, anybody can get Hank Williams Jr. And he just likes he's going to go hunting and fishing. He's got kids, he's got grandkids. He's just built this big kind of beautiful renovation addition to his farm in Alabama, and he just wants to be there and stay out of Nashville. I mean, and New York.
Nashville equal trouble for him?
No, he just doesn't like it. It's, you know, it's the scene there, it's all kind of fake and phony, and I mean, Hank Williams, you could call him a lot of words, survivor, character, fake and phony, that ain't one of them.
All right. Well, it was a fascinating conversation. Jan Crawford, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks.